I believe the Earth consists of concentric spheres like a Chinese puzzle box. These spheres support life and are bathed in perpetual light. Now we know the world is flattened at the poles, so the outer layer of the Earth, the outer layer of my Chinese box, could be thinner, allowing gas to escape from the interior of the Earth.
Concave, hollow Earth, underworld, solitude, underground tunnels created by worms of massive girth. Welcome to the inner realm, a place never captured on film. Concentric shells, Celtic mythology thought them gates to hell. Stories the Apache speak of Arizona, Cedar Creek. Mentions of mysterious tribes that are shrouded in mystique. Folkloric tales of big holes that I call the phantom poles. Shambhala souls, elders of hope, you see popos, I suppose. Fortified, invisible, the land they call eternal ice. There's firelights, Incas and Cusco, Peruvian firelights. Your greeting off the bat is anomalous compass readings, creatures feeding trash, loosening blindness, advanced that beating, drop the flashlight, chambers of crystals, the giant calcite, ecosystems thriving without any life from outside, exterior, the entrance and bottom, a lake superior's the gateway, luminous path that lead to interior, 500 miles deep, deep beyond the planet crust, lives a civilization, the beings that holds us in disgust, the oil that we drilling out on a regular basis is vital to their complex biological homeostasis, yo, they hate us and to off, I did on way back to druids, now they forming an alliance to kill us for taking fluids. Pseudo-scientific babbling jargon I set for pilgrimages, claw like nails at the end of the slender silver digits. Ireland and Donegal County, I station island in the caves where the saints and medieval nights journey smiling names corruption. Torture the chamber where eggs was hatching, and to catch them they extinguished their torches and avalanche some subterranean gases escaping creative rovers, plants carnivorous and hungry like Audrey and Shabba harvest. German submarines, trenches Mariana journey center, scouring the bottom seeking crevasses where they can enter, square the radius, physical laws begin transformations, metal alchemists enter the circle of transmutation, irrefutable empirical data, use Occam's razor, built an earth model put into layman's for grass grazes. The deepest hole was SG3 was 12 miles, Soviet cola super deep, confidential debrief files, constant density, pressure and buckle, field intensity, Agartha, city of wisdom and noble entities. Underneath Tibet live the demons they call us Zorvas, Kala chakras, pure spinning in circle, the swastika, the Fuhrer, call a smoky guard, cast a spinning law for the fish of art, entering out terror, arcanum, efficient mystics war, ancient astronauts in the monasteries, Mongolia, saucer type, lights that were shooting a spook Napoleon, her voices that reverberate from no explainable sources, cryptid hominids, follow the trail of Eskimo horses, dismissing the stories and notions of ancient history, why they went back on the ground still remains a mystery, elemental natural formations of atoms stacking, demons clapping while an astro generator fearless cracking, I'm about to venture out, present the evidence, it's hard to swallow, my hypothesis proposing that our fragile home is hollow.
In Tibet?
Agartha.
In Egypt?
Amerta.
In Iceland?
Asgarth.
For another theory, the Bermuda Triangle is not the only area in which navigators have been troubled by the odd behavior of magnetic compasses. As every school child knows, something strange happens to your magnetic compass as you voyage into the Earth's polar regions. Scientists have turned to space, to the upper atmosphere, even to the sun, to account for this magnetic anomaly. But responsible reports suggest a greater mystery. A large concentration of UFO sightings in the Arctic and Antarctic has led some experts to speculate that these regions may serve as landing bases for extraterrestrial craft. It's even been suggested that the flying saucers, in fact, emerge from and re-enter the Earth's interior by polar doorways, and at the center of our planet is their true place of origin. In 1947, Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, in command of the U.S. Navy Task Force, flew 1,700 miles beyond the North Pole, not as would be expected over frozen icy wastes, but across a vast land of mountains, freshwater lakes, rivers, green vegetation, and animal life, a land not recorded on any map. From the evidence provided by Admiral Byrd and other famous explorers of the Arctic and the Antarctic, it has been suggested that the Earth is not as we have been taught, a solid sphere with a fiery center of molten metal, but is in fact a hollow shell in which a small amount of the original fire remains to form a central sun capable of emitting light and of supporting plant growth. It has even been claimed that the huge mammoths found frozen in the polar ice are not prehistoric, but were animals from the Earth's hollow interior that wandered to the surface and froze to death. Proponents of this theory estimate that the Earth's crust is approximately 800 miles thick, with openings at its polar extremities. They suggest that Admiral Byrd and other explorers actually entered the openings leading to the Earth's interior without knowing it. These explorers assumed that they were still traversing the outer surface because the downward slope of the entrance is so gradual and because they could not see the other side of the opening, which is hundreds of miles away. Almost to a man, scientists ridicule the hollow Earth theory. They will tell you that the only hollow spaces anywhere near the poles are located in the heads of those who believe in the theory. And yet a number of disquieting questions remain unanswered. How then do we account for the warming effect, the presence of increasingly warm winds as one travels north beyond 70 degrees latitude? Why do these winds carry enormous quantities of black dust? Why does colored pollen stain the snow red, green, and yellow over thousands of square miles of the Arctic? Why are all icebergs composed of fresh water? And why do explorers find tropical seeds and plants and even trees floating in the fresh water off these icebergs? Where do all these things come from? Well, the answer to these questions is obvious to anyone who believes in the existence of an unexplored region hidden in the Earth's interior. But the hollow Earth theory is not limited to this planet. In his book, A Journey to the Earth's Interior, Marshall B. Gardner discusses the bright light seen shining from the polar caps of Mars, Venus, and Mercury. Concludes that these planets also have hollow interiors and central